Your exhibit is so impressive.
Yes. I was
I
just
just,
telling everyone that you didn't make it sound like it was such a big deal.
yeah,
And it's a big deal.
it's a
Yeah,
very
that's
big,
that's
it was,
an
Mhm.
interesting building. It used to be a synagogue. It was built in 1830
Mhm.
and worked as a synagogue until 1944, when the Jews were all deported. They collected
Wow.
them in the synagogue, and they deported
oh
all
my
the Jews
God.
from the
Wow.
synagogue. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's a
Wow.
really sad
That's some
story.
serious history.
Hmm.
Wow.
Then,
Wow.
when the Russians arrived, invaded Hungary, they totally demolished the whole building. So only the front wall
Mhm.
remained. So
Wow.
after the Second World War, they rebuilt the building, but they changed it because uh, instead of the main part of
Mhm.
the building, they put a theater podium. and,
Mhm.
and during the socialism, they had box matches in the
Oh
building.
my
Boxing
goodness.
Oh,
matches.
Yes.
no.
And after
Yeah.
that, it was a restaurant of a vocational school.
Oh my goodness.
It's gone through several renditions.
Yes.
Ooh.
Then it became a gallery. So now
Wow.
it's a gallery.
That's
But
fascinating.
sometimes they still have theater because they still have this stage there. So they have other events as well. But the building itself is beautiful and has an interesting atmosphere.
Yeah. So we were talking about how the scale, the space, um, could take like large paintings. So maybe next time. You, can anyone hear me?
You're breaking up
Shirley-Ann,
just
No,
a
you're
no.
breaking up.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I could see the blank
Oh,
looks
there
of
you
all of
are.
your faces. I
Hmm.
could see the blank.
Now I can see you.
Now we can. Yeah, you disappeared.
Okay, I'm
Yes, you
right here.
disappear.
Yeah. So yes, it's amazing, Beata. Congratulations.
Yes,
That's
it's
Thank
so
you
fun.
so much.
impressive. And I
And
want your
that was
work
a
to be huge.
Mm-hmm.
and it was
Yes.
really interesting experience because the curator
Mm-hmm.
started organizing the paintings.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Ah,
she didn't ask anything. She said that she has a concept and she wants to do that.
Wow.
And I should let her do because she
Okay.
has first experience in this.
Okay.
And
so you
otherwise,
did?
it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
yeah. She organized it, and now she has a certain type of movement. She starts with three intuitive paintings, which interestingly is about the same topic.
Mm-hmm.
I painted all of them in the last year.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's
Wow,
about my emotional
wow,
suffering.
That's wow. And for
that's
her to,
incredible.
wow, that's incredible.
And somehow it goes into these a little bit mm, tail like topics like the Don Quixote and these ones, and she also organized the color changes
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
and very lightly she uh, puts through colors the abstract to the figurative paintings. And around the stage both sides there are two very different but connecting figures. This both of them a little bit mask type, because on one of them there is a half Venetian mask and the person who's hiding behind it, and on the other side is this Indonesian warrior, which also has a painted facial mask.
Wow.
But the two somehow can communicate with each other.
Wow. That's fascinating.
So that's interesting.
That's fascinating. I mean, for somebody else to come in and see your work,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
see the rhythm and the relationships between the people. That's incredible. It's amazing.
Yes, and on the other wall, she organized some Malaysian influenced pieces, and they go
Oh,
into the. I haven't recognized earlier, but probably I have plenty of pieces which was influenced by the sea. So they have a lot of blue color in it,
Yeah.
and and uh, the whole exhibition finishes on the same side with this blue seascape-like paintings.
Wow. That's you should take
Sounds
like a
great.
panorama. You should start from
Yeah,
here
probably.
yes, yes.
slowly, you know.
Oh, that would be a great
Yeah.
idea.
Because
Yeah,
we want to
probably
see
I
it.
create the
Yeah, we want to see everything.
Yeah, we want to
yeah,
see
that
everything.
was
Mhm.
that was so interesting how she worked. So it was interesting to see
That's fascinating.
how she worked and how she organized the paintings.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
And she
have to
explained
surrender to
everything.
her.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes that's a
yeah.
tough thing to do.
hmm
Yeah.
I
But
had
I
the
was
same
curious.
experience
Mhm.
I
once.
was really
Really?
curious what would be her idea,
Mhm. Of
and
course.
I found really great because uh, there are four sides and how they communicate and the connection between the pieces. That's really exciting
That's
to see
fascinating.
it.
That's wonderful. This is a huge milestone. This is
Yeah,
epic.
I would like to get more opportunities because that this curator has so many
Mhm.
possibilities. She has this parallel
Oh,
six.
fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also in tourist areas.
Okay.
So that would be great to get some more
This is I think this
opportunities.
is the beginning of incredible things to come.
Yeah,
I
I
think
hope
it's
so.
amazing. No, seriously. Even I mean, regardless of what happens, just the
Mhm.
fact that
Please
you've
close
had
the
your
door.
work curated, exhibited,
Yes.
it's a big deal.
Yes, and I was afraid to exhibit one of my pieces, what I painted through at least
Close the door,
a
Fred.
year. Yeah, what was on my door,
Oh,
and
okay.
because that's really an emotional piece, and
Mhm.
that's mainly about my struggles and how I was unable to let go of my controlling need. And when I tried to control something that was not possible so
Mhm.
hard and
Mhm.
suffered from it. And I thought that no one would like it,
Mhm.
and it worth nothing. That's only for me a healing piece, but she liked it more. She said that's a strong painting,
There
and
you
I
go.
was so
Good, good.
You see,
I'll tell
that's
you, the more authentic it is, the
yeah,
better,
yeah.
the stronger work.
And this is the whole point of getting eyes to see our work.
Yep.
You know,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
one thing to post on Instagram every day, which I'm not going to talk about that. But this is real. This is real. Having an experienced person look at your art.
Yes.
Nature, this is incredible.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
please, I hope you'll get a photographer to document the whole thing, you know,
Yeah.
properly, so that, I mean, this is huge for your portfolio.
Yeah, absolutely. You
Yeah,
want
I'm going to
that
ask.
that video documentation.
Yes.
You want whatever the curator has to say
Mm-hmm.
about your
Yes.
work. Be sure
Oh,
be sure
great.
you have that to share with
Yes.
everybody.
Yes.
That's a
Whether
terrific
it's
idea.
written, whether both written and on
Yeah.
video, if it's possible.
Mhm.
Yeah. This
Mhm.
is, I mean, after this, if I were in your shoes, after this, I could go anywhere.
World's your oyster.
You know. So yes, congratulations. It's a big deal. I was
Oh, thank you
screaming
so
by
much.
myself, you know, when I saw the pictures. I was like,
Yeah, me too.
what?
And the
You're
curators
so
also.
modest.
Yes.
You're so modest. You made it seem like, oh yeah, well, there's about 50
Yeah.
paintings very
Yeah.
calmly. Never,
No big
you know,
deal. Uh-huh.
yeah, do it every day.
Oh, God. Mm.
And I hope that the curator's daughter works at an art gallery in Budapest. So I hope that she
Oh
would
my
visit
God. I
during
mean,
the summer,
Yes.
and
Good
I would
time.
like to get some more opportunities,
Yeah.
even if only one piece. That
Yeah.
would be great.
mm. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything else. This is incredible.
It is.
Oh. So are
So
you,
and
all set with your
Alison recommended once that I should give the curator a bonbon, so I brought her a bonbon. She didn't want to accept it, but it was only chocolate, and I
of
told
course.
her that
Of
that's the
course.
minimum that I would like to
Of
give her.
course. That's lovely. That's lovely. That's wonderful. At the end, you should give her a painting. I mean, you should ask her to choose something she likes. That's if they're not all gone. So we're hoping that they're all gone. But you
I can ask.
Has the opening happened already? I mean, have you had this celebration or when is that?
No, it will be on Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay.
Okay.
Thursday evening, yeah.
So are you all set? Do you have your outfit, your speech, everything?
Oh, yeah, I tried to outfits. My problem is that I'm overweight for everything, but I found two possibilities. Then I went out today and tried to pick up some other ones. but I didn't like it because I felt too fat in it, so that's why. So I think I probably will stay with one of my original idea. And I already thought out about my speech. Now my friend sent me her speech, and she would speak everything what I wanted to. Now I need to write my speech again.
Oh no. Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
She remembered everything, whatever I told her.
Wow. You're lucky to have her there. Oh. And how is your family feeling about this?
My mother, yeah, just imagine. I changed so I took away a painting from my mother-in-law's house. So, but I gave her another one because so I was sorry for taking this painting for an exhibition. So I gave her another one, and hairdresser visited her, and saw my painting and said, "That's so wonderful," that she created her hair free.
Oh,
What?
wow.
so,
It's
so my
happening.
mother-in-law got a free hairdresser section
I'm speechless
because of
now.
my painting.
Yeah. Now I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. There's magic. There's magic in the air. It's happening. It's happening. Mhm. It's happening.
So she's not very happy that she could come. So
Mhm.
my mother-in-law would come to my opening. My mother too,
Okay.
together with her husband. But even my husband is worried about what will be happening there.
Mhm.
Mm,
That's exciting. We're
yeah, we
happy for
hope.
you. This is
Yeah.
wonderful. This is wonderful. This is wonderful.
You have to
Well,
savor every moment.
yes, I agree.
I do.
Yes.
I agree. I agree.
Those occasions are so few and far between,
Yes.
It's such an honor.
Yes. And to ride the wave, like,
Yes.
let this be the beginning. It's you've been working hard. I mean, please,
Mhm.
you deserve this. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. So I ordered new business cards
Mm-hmm.
and two types of postcards. And at the back of the postcards, there are my contact details, my
Okay.
web address, Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, and email address.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
They can get it.
You're all set.
Yeah.
You're all set. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so please, we need to see everything. We need to. I'm serious. You need to. The opening. We want to see the people. The
Yes.
speech.
Now you're
Even
going
though
to
we
have to
won't
sign
understand
that
the word
task.
of it.
Yeah, you need to assign that task to somebody because you need to be
Yes.
present.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to
Yeah.
assign
To
it.
have your speech videoed.
Mhm.
Yeah, we won't understand any of it, but it's fine. We want to, So everything. We want to see everything. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's interesting. That otherwise it's interesting because that's true. Because my friend speech about that I never ever showed interest in art. So otherwise I was playing piano and regularly uh, made a performance on stage.
Mhm.
Music, obviously I played music, but I never ever showed any interest in painting or drawing.
Oh.
Wow.
No, absolutely no. Because I
Wow.
thought that I always thought that I was awkward because when I
Mhm.
went to kindergarten, the nurse told to my mother that I was awkward for painting and drawing, and I thought that I'm not creative, and I avoided it in all my life. so, so I was really surprised when I first tried using an online class that I could draw. So I was able to draw my son, and I was surprised that it was so easy.
The things people plant in our psyche.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. People say things which stay with us. Most of the time, they're not true.
Yeah. Yeah, my mother shouldn't have told me. She was a teacher, so she should have known that we wouldn't say that kind of things to children because your hand can be awkward because you are too small and not developed so much, and that's okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Well, This is epic. I think that Friday we have to meet with champagne or something, or just
Yeah.
glass. So yes, please document everything and show us. Okay.
I will. Thank you for the encouragement. Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay, since we started with you, we'll just go this way.
It's funny when you say this way, it's the opposite of the way that mine's.
Oh, really?
But, you know, it's okay. But I could see you're the mirror image, so you're
Oh, really? So I should have
You're
said
going
this.
left to right, and I'm seeing right on my screen.
That's so funny. Well, either way, Marianne, you could go next. please.
I hope you can't hear all the strange noises I'm hearing, but I can't tell if somebody's singing upstairs or blowing a horn. I'm in a condo unit, and half the time their heels are clacking on the tile floor above me.
Oh,
But
no.
my partner's also here, and he's got all his police and marine scanners and his computer stuff going. So I really don't know what.
Can't hear what they
We don't
I'm glad because
Yeah.
he doesn't like to be sensitive to things if he doesn't care
Okay.
to be. So he'll just
Mhm.
run right over whatever's going on.
Hmm.
No changes from Friday.
Oh.
I am working on 10 by 10 cradle boards and have
Mhm.
done.
Good.
I've got 4 done and 4 more in progress, and I can see 4 taking 2 to 3 days. And this
Mhm.
means I ought to be able to get quite a few of them done. And again, I'm still thinking of 40.
Mhm.
And I did figure out that I have to order this size I've chosen because they don't keep it
Mhm.
at the store in
Oh.
large quantity. So I think they will deliver it to the store though if I order it. So I think I can save shipping in that way.
Good.
But
Good.
yeah, good so far. That I was hoping after picking that I didn't pick something that was absolutely unavailable because it seemed like
Oh.
maybe I got the last of it, but
Mhm.
I
Now,
found
live
out
and
that
learn.
yeah, live and learn. So other than that, I had an invitation to dinner that will be in about 2 weeks. An artist up in Colombia who is a very fine watercolorist.
Mm.
And I
Oh,
don't know if I'm the only one invited or if she's going to invite a handful of artists, but it should be interesting. She's the one that I mentioned to about Patreon last summer and has
Yes.
done well on it. So it will be an interesting conversation. I'm sure she probably wants to pick my brain about where am I business wise. I'm
Yeah.
getting that's probably what's going to happen, which hasn't been much change since the last time.
Mm.
And that was last September, October. So
Mm.
I guess all I'll be able to reflect to her is what I've figured out from listening to everybody here about how all these classes seem to run in the same line.
Mhm. Yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's the same stuff put forth in different fashions. So,
Absolutely.
other than that, I'm just plowing along. I still intend to get a computer. Because I told everybody on Friday, Michelle, that I'm going to have cataract surgery
Oh no.
probably this summer. Well,
Oh,
yes,
God.
I get a bionic eye after not being able to see distance since I was 9 years old. So
Oh,
this
my
will be a big
God.
change.
Yeah.
One of
It'll
our
be a
other
big
artists here just had her eye done, and
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
came through with swimmingly.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not concerned. I have had to decide what type of lens I want, and I've decided that I'll probably have one eye done for distance and one for close up. That way I can run without the need of glasses most of the time.
Oh, really?
Can you do the blended? Can you
Yeah,
do-
yeah, I can. In fact, before I get the second eye done, I will have them change one of the lenses in my glasses so that it will be, without correction on top and have reading on the bottom
Yeah.
until I can do both. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think that's probably the route to go because then I won't always have to have glasses on. I'd be able to see a distance too. So,
Cool.
anyways, Business-wise, nothing else really is happening other than I continue to work. Be going back home midweek. That's so far. I'm up in Columbia for 2 days and then down here the rest of the time. So keeps me hopping.
Yes. Now you do have a way to paint there, right? That's what you had.
Yes, that's why I'm working small.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
the bedroom I was working in, my partner sleeps in that bedroom now and he wants it absolutely dark, which means we have to keep the curtains up and I had taken the curtains down in order to get light. So now I've moved into the bedroom I'm sleeping in complete and I'm working in there as well as sleeping. I have sliding glass doors in mine so I can actually work in bright light most of the day. And that works really well for me because we keep a lot of the shutters closed in the place the rest of the time to keep the electricity bill down.
Yeah.
So, because it's so bright here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm in the bedroom I use with the sliding glass door, windows open right now, so you'll get the bright light too. But I think that might be part of my reaction to having the cataract, that I really, it's kind of a double-edged sword. One, it causes glare, which I can't see with,
Right.
but it also gives me light, which I have to see better now. So this was probably the perfect solution, at least for this summer. So there we are.
Cool. Hope your boards come so that you can continue to play.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Continue to play.
that's right.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Michelle, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, what I'm doing is Nicholas Wilton's.
All right.
And I'm loving it. I am so loving it. I started working on, I took the first exercise and did way too many boards, like 9 of them. And I realized I got attached way, way, way too early. That what he was encouraging you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I can't hear.
Uh-oh.
Are you there?
Uh-oh.
Frozen.
Uh-oh. I bet she can't hear us either.
No. Well, maybe
No.
she can. I don't know. Hello?
Oh no.
I would have been interested in, but she would.
Oh, she has to tell us.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
She has to come back and tell us.
Maybe she's trying to log
Yes.
back on.
Yeah, this week's task is working in black and white.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we are doing. So creating that kind of boards.
Okay.
Okay.
I also tried Nicholas Wilton's type also. So
Okay.
Nick's figures. This is not his figures, but I also tried his style. Yeah. Otherwise,
Oh, okay. I hope she comes
Michelle
back.
left.
Maybe she's gonna.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, dial back in or something. Oh,
That would be interesting to hear what she was doing.
yes, we want to hear.
I had a lengthy message go back and forth with Allison on Saturday. It was her first open studio day, and she said that only 2 people showed up, and she was
What do you
rather. I could tell that she was rather pissed about all the work she's put toward everything, and that included us, I think.
Hi. I all of a sudden I lost my internet, so I apologize.
Okay, yeah, because Froze.
Yeah, you were all frozen. I said, oh no. But anyway, this week is about black and white. And he only wants you, if you're doing a grayscale and go from 1 to 10, he wants you to take out the 4, 5, 6, 7 and only use like 8, 9, 10 and 1, 2, 3. And so what he's been stressing are differences. Like you look at a shape and you look, and so I just started them, and it's hard to do them.
Yes, it is.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
No.
You're coming and going. Oh
no. The most interesting part. When she would start thinking about how hard to do that.
No.
Well, I'll just finish up saying that Allison has been very frustrated because she felt like she's put some, and I had a feeling that's probably what was going on. She was feeling like she was doing so much, and it just wasn't.
Hi, I'm sorry. I keep on going out. But I went back to one of the trash boards and did this, which I'm kind of liking, you know. And then I went to small pieces and did the, you know, and like pieces that I had done before that were problematic, and I'm redoing them. Yeah. So already I feel like I'm getting my money's worth because the course is so valuable. And one of my accountability partners, who's a more representational trainer, she is really getting a lot out of it. Wow. And there was a coaching call on Saturday that, did you see it, Beata? I know you've had your hands full with Susan's Susan's coaching call. I thought that was so good.
Great.
Oh my God.
Really great.
Yeah, she's just all the coaches
in about design.
Yeah, she was doing design, and I didn't realize because I mostly have seen her abstract work, but her representational work is very, very strong. And she was demonstrating in representational and how she took some of these exercises with the play boards and made them, turned them into representational paintings. And like, you know, it was wonderful. So guys, please save up your pennies, you know, and it's, even if you feel like you've known it all, because I'm starting teaching in 2 weeks, and I've taught this before. I know the design principles, and there's always something else that you can be far more objective with your work, far more critical of your work without, you know, because sometimes when you rely strictly on your intuition, which I've done, and I haven't, you know, sometimes I turn a blind eye to the things that really matter. And, but it's been incredibly helpful. I understand why people keep on repeating the course.
What's this person's last name?
Susan Meldriff. How do you spell it? Beata? M-E-L.
I can't remember.
Let me see.
M-E, but I can't remember.
M-E-L-D-R-A-T-H, I think. Let me see. M-E-L-R-A-T-H, Melrath.
Okay.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. I mean, her ability to convey information is phenomenal. I like her work. It's not my favorite work, but I really like her work. But her ability, in many ways, her coaching call. I think Nicholas is still better at assessing paintings on when he does the Photoshop and correcting them. But Susan, when she's explaining an idea, and you might have seen her if you guys are in the academy, because she's done several. She did a little bonus on printing with a jelly plate.
Okay.
And take a look at that. And she's good on there, but she was so spot on at this coaching call. I just, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
And I also liked, because every week we get a newsletter,
Mhm.
and the coaches always post an article at the back of the newsletter.
Okay.
And hers by far was the most revealing and the most, you know.
Okay.
And the other two coaches are no slouches either. One is Alice Sheridan. The other is Gordon. I need to look at that video about Gordon because my colleague here said it was very impressive, but his work's very impressive, but I don't think he is nearly as effective on in coaching as the other two are. Yeah, but that's okay.
This is so wonderful to know that someone is actually delivering.
Oh my God, yes.
You know, very inspiring.
He's just, I'm in awe of what he's accomplished because he didn't even start any of this, I think, until the first time he offered CVP was in 2016. Up until that point in time, he had mentorship. He taught workshops and he also offered mentorship, but the mentorship program was way too expensive. And that's when he started doing things online. And what he's built up in just 3 short years, remarkable.
Yeah,
it takes me back to the word quality. You know,
Yeah.
It's delivering quality and it's showing. So that's
so I think that for me, you know, I mean, Leslie and I were talking this morning about whether it's sustaining because we're in awe of the number of people that continue with the CVP and kind of thinking, well, you know, that that isn't it self-sustaining? Can't you keep it going without having to go in for the deep dive? And she said that she thinks it's more difficult for those of us who have already been selling our work and already have built a livelihood around it, because to stay in that frame of mind, that it's too often easy to jump back into the way you were doing things. And I'm hopeful that that isn't the case.
Yeah.
But I can definitely see the benefit of continuing to do it. But now I feel like a Nicholas Wilton junkie. And you know, like somewhere I need to sever the umbilical cord, you know, like maybe not with Nicholas Wilton yet because this is new, but with Alexis, for example, or anything else, and just concentrate on really getting this, because it is all about quality and and authentic expression. Authentic expression. And actually, so that's it for me, other than my injury and trying to hobble along.
What did you do to yourself?
I opened a freezer door too quickly and a quart of ice cream fell on my foot. And here it is. Here is my foot with
no.
and it's black toes, and
no.
I've got I'm propped up with ice and my crutches, and
oh my gosh.
So Thursday and Friday last week, I just stayed in bed, and it's still, but I've got this homeopathic cream that it just came just before we got on the phone. I've spread that around, and arnica, you know, and it really seems to be working. I mean, we'll see.
Did they sell the arnica CBD in it up there?
Pardon me?
Did they sell the arnica with CBD in it? I'm talking about CBD oil, the cannabis based without THC.
Oh, well, you know, in DC they probably would, but I just got the arnica gel. I live in DC. I did it on Amazon, so it came right to me. I didn't have to go hobbling over to the CVS. Thank God. I was doing my grocery shopping in Trader Joe's yesterday. That was a joke. And I put my dog in boarding for a few days because I can't
Mhm.
walk her, you know, and she's a high energy dog. So,
Mhm.
so Shirley Ann, what's new with you? What's going on?
Um, as always, I'm going to make you laugh. So you weren't here on Friday, Michelle, but
No.
I told all of us that, you know, I was going to surrender to Victorville, surrender to the desert, you know, find a way to just make things happen here, and had a conversation with my husband about, you know, creating a little home studio that I could invite people into,
Yeah.
or anything, whether it was for photography or, you know. And that was the plan. It's still the plan, you know. But I was very committed to surrendering to what is, you know. And I've talked about my friend who moved from Indiana to California. I think I've talked about her before.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's doing a whole tour of Europe right now. It's a holiday which has been postponed for, I think, 5 years. Within the past
Oh, wow.
5 years, her mother has died. Her mother-in-law has died, and she's actually calling. It's an honor of them, you know, because these women dedicated their lives to their children, you know, and they didn't live for themselves, you know.
Oh.
So, you know, this and she's gone through a lot. So this holiday is, you know, it's a very special holiday. So anyway, you know, she sends me pictures, and you know, she's telling me about it. She actually went to Lake Como because of me, because she knows how much, you know. And now she's in Florence, and you know, she's doing all these tours with perfumeries, fashion houses, galleries, museums. And you know, she's one of the people who tries to encourage me to, you know, make make the best of what life is right now. You know.
Mhm.
She sent me a message. She was like, "Shirley, whatever you have to do, just do it and leave."
Oh,
You know, she was like, she said, you know, I can see you here, and it'll just be easy. It's like everybody speaks your language. You know, you'll just fit in and you'll just thrive. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my enthusiasm is lost, but I'll find it. Um, it'll come back, but it is what it is.
in the right time.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm
I
also,
understand.
yeah, it is what it is. And I went for a blood test on Saturday, and I've been feeling dizzy since.
Oh, no.
As I'm sitting here, the room is going around in circles. You know, I don't know what that's about, but yeah, it's fine. My
Could
son
it
is,
be an inner ear?
I don't
Inner
know.
ear?
I don't know.
You know, I fell
Mhm.
a year and a half ago straight on the sidewalk and fell and broke my nose,
Oh,
and it ended up having, and I experienced vertigo for the first
Oh.
time, and I couldn't just get rid of it. I had to go
Yeah.
through physical therapy
oh,
and
Wow.
for like 3 months, and just, you know, but it helped. I haven't experienced it since.
okay. Wow.
And other than that, are you drinking enough water? Because sometimes vertigo, you know,
Mhm.
I don't know. You know, that I've always noticed in the past when I start like feeling lightheaded that I realized I haven't been hydrating.
I think I am, but and I have a bad cold.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So anyway,
Um,
nothing exciting, but um, yeah, we keep on keeping on.
Well, could you do these exercises with us? Would that be helpful or not really?
I would love to. If that helps.
Okay.
As it's true, I haven't painted. I can't paint.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
one of my accountability partners, I
Mhm.
just got this book in, recommended this, Atomic Habits,
Okay.
and talking about putting, because one of the things that Nicholas Wilton said
Mhm.
is you've got to, even if you only have 20 minutes a day, you've got to keep your hand in it, keep it moving. And that he's found it most productive, like when you go from a change of state, say from doing your morning routine, as soon as you step in the studio, you paint first. You don't check
Mhm.
email, you don't talk on the
Yes.
phone.
Mhm.
You've
Yeah.
got to do it. And I found since I took that advice, oh my God, I'm so much more productive.
Wow. I'm just frustrated with myself because I know that. Not that
Yeah,
I know it in
no.
my head. I've been that, and I just
Well,
seem to get back to it.
tiny changes, remarkable results. I don't know. I don't need to. It's probably all self.
Mhm.
But she raved about it. So
Yeah. Oh, I'll definitely look.
what the hell?
I will. I will. Because I know when I'm painting, I'm happy.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I sometimes I even visualize, that first stroke of paint on the canvas, that first one.
yeah,
There's something about the first one, which all of you can understand.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I will. Thank you. I have to get painting and get out of my head. So I will.
And feel better.
Thank
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said, be sure you're hydrated, and it could be you're not breathing deeply enough,
you. Okay.
Uh-huh.
because that can also eventually cause you to be lightheaded. You're not moving enough oxygen around your body.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. I will.
And how can you change it?
Pardon?
Marianne, how can you change it to deep,
Well, you
to
might have to.
breathe
You might
deeply
have to.
again?
It
You
would
might
have
have
to
to
be
breathe through your
intentional.
mouth, and do it slowly. Try to take. It's
Mhm.
just like meditation breaths.
Mm.
Just slow yourself down and take a long, deep breath. And if you can't use your nose, use your mouth. But that may be part
Yeah.
of why you're
Mm.
feeling dizzy.
Uh-huh.
Possibly. Okay. Thank you. I will. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. That's all for me.
Mhm.
Well, better
feel-
things feel better.
Feel better.
Thank
Feel
you.
better.
You too, Michelle. My gosh.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think that
Thank
whatever that is, I mean, in the last, I've only had it on an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's remarkable. I do believe maybe I'm just that it's changing.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
One of our Russian artists who's into homeopathic medicine recommended it, but she wanted me to take it orally. And
Yeah.
I don't have those. I don't really understand when she says 600 cc's, all the homeopathic medications that are in those little vials at Whole Foods. I don't know how do you take them.
I don't know either.
I don't know what to do. Is it one dose? Is it several doses? Is it, but she recommended it strongly. I said, well, I'll get the cream. I'll find out. Maybe I can Google it.
That's right. Google it.
you.
all right. So Beata will be waiting for everything. Okay. Everything.
Have a great week.
Yes. Great reception, Beata.
You too.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you
Be
so
anxious to see the videos and the
Yes.
photographs.
Everything.
Yeah, your new business cards, take a picture.
Everything.
Yeah.
Your postcards, take a picture.
All right. I will.
Very cool. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Thank
Take
you.
care, everybody.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.